same time, I'm a football player. I love playing in the NFL, and this will always be my main focus. But outside of that, football ends for everybody. So kind of dipping your toes in the water and seeing what you like and in different areas and different career fields. I think the off season is the best chance you can get to try and explore that and set yourself up for after football.
Saying football ends for everybody. This past year was the first time you kind of acknowledged that retirement was kind of seeping in there. You've reworked the contract and everything. I mean, what kind of led you to make sure that you wanted to come back this year? And what do you feel is how many years you got left?
I can't put a time frame on it, man. I love coming to work every single day. Obviously, I know that there's opportunities outside of football for me, and I think you got to keep in perspective that I'm still a little kid when I come into this building, man. I know I'm 34 years old, about to be 35, but I have a love to do this right here in the middle of the heat in June. I love coming to work every single day and doing this. So I'm going to do it till the wheels fall off, and hopefully that doesn't happen anytime soon. But I can definitely understand that it's towards the end of the road than it is the beginning of it. And I just got to make sure I'm set up for after football as well.
Travis, how important do you think, how important do you feel the Chiefs made in their offseason moves? Obviously, last year was a little bit stressful on the body, for you. But with them bringing to Hollywood, drafting Xavier, the team looked like offensively to be able to stretch the field this year to give you a chance to get underneath more often and not have so much wear and tear on you this season.
Wear and tear me, baby. I'm ready for it, man. Put the load on me. I love being accountable for the men and the women in this building and Chiefs Kingdom. I love the aspect of everybody counting on me to try and make that play for the team and just do the right things out there on the field and better judgment for the team. And I don't think that anything from last year put more miles on me, made me less of a player. I think it was all in all, it was just focus, being my own worst critic. And capitalizing in situations that I should have.
Year 12 for you. In Worthy and Hollywood, you guys added obviously two really fast guys. What's that going to do for the offense?
I mean, it's unbelievable that Veach finds ways to bring in not only guys that have talent, that have unbelievable skill sets, but are good people. Just being able to get to know them over this off season, it's just been cool. That Hollywood and X are just, they're down-to-earth, humble guys, and they love coming to work and they love football. And when you bring that kind of mentality into a building that has that culture already set, the sky's the limit for those guys, and I'm excited that they're here.
Year 12 for you. How do you keep that consistency so that your approach to the game doesn't change?
I only know one way at this point, man. It's the Andy Reid way, and it's you have a certain focus to each day, set yourself up to get better and better, and seeing where the team is now, you have to find a way to play your best from this point on all the way till hopefully January and February. And I mean the road has started, and I'm excited for it. But I only know one way, and that's the Andy Reid way.
You played David Njoku's softball game of the weekend. He said you're one of the nicest individuals he ever met. Where do you get that from? Like, is it something that's taught from
Chief Njoku, man, my guy. He's one of a kind, man. And I'm so excited for his upcoming season. He made huge strides last year, and is really becoming one of the premier tight ends in the league. So I'm excited for him, and I'll always try and support our fellow tight ends in this world. So I appreciate him saying those kind words. But I like to say my father would slap me silly if I was any other way. Sometimes you just got to straighten up and do the right things. And I think over the course of my life, I found that being kind and being genuine and being just who I am and true to that, I think that's the right way to live. And sure enough, I really appreciate David for saying something like that. But I'll say my family, my mom and my dad are the reason why I'm just always a friendly guy.
We'll go across the room. Go ahead, Emily.
This is a little off topic, but there's a YouTube short of you cooking with your significant other, and I just kind of want to know what you like cooking together.
That's a good question. I respect that question, but I'm going to keep that one to myself because I thoroughly enjoy cooking with her. So it's something I would rather just keep personal.
Nate?
Travis, you mentioned you have obviously opportunities off the field, but just what have you enjoyed most about maybe seeing the potential this offseason? And then, you know, Andy said, hey, we may have to reduce your snap count a little bit to obviously, you know, elongate your career. How much of a back and forth is that between you and Andy?
I mean, it's my job to make sure that Coach Reed has full confidence in me to whenever he needs me out on that field or whenever I'm on that field, I get my job done. And that's my job as a player. Coach Reed, he'll tell you he's got 51%. So as much as I want to be out there every single play, you know, I understand that it's for the betterment of the team when I'm not. And I just I've had to kind of understand that over the past couple of years, and I'm more comfortable with that right now because of the guys that we have in the room, their ability, like Noah, Jay Wiley's doing a great job right now. Obviously, we brought in Irv. We got a lot of great tight ends in the building, and it's just, you know, it's fun seeing them have success as well. And you know, their skill sets are top tier. So you know, we have a lot of success, and we have a lot of trust in the guys in the building for sure.
What's been the best opportunity this summer? Just
What's
off
that?
the field.
Off the field?
Yeah, what's been the best opportunity?
Man, that's a great question. I would say, you know, getting a little more comfortable in front of the camera, doing some things in the acting world, I think has been some fun that I've had. So, yeah, look out for that coming up soon.
We'll do last three. We'll go Pete, Neil, and then Todd. Go ahead.
Just your thoughts on two players. One in your own room, Jared Wiley, the rookie, and then on the field, Brian Cook, just how far he's come along.
Man, I'll tell you what, I love B. Cook. That guy, what I've seen since he's came from Cincinnati into the building, how he's handled the adversity in terms of the injury and just the ups and downs, you know, throughout our wins and losses, man. He's an absolute stud of a professional and a football player. And you can just see him getting better and better every single snap, every single day. And it's because of his mindset and how he approaches really life. And man, I just love that dude.
And then the rookie in your own room, Jared Wiley.
Jay Wiley, man, I'll tell you what, man, he's got a lot of upside. He's got a lot of upside, very comfortable, smart guy. I would say he's a lot further along than I was as a rookie in terms of just understanding the offense and really seeing the field. He's trusting what he's seeing right now, and I'll tell you what, 1-5-11, the quarterbacks are on time with it, and it's fun to watch him kind of take off and get more comfortable out there.
Neil?
The NFL Network has a bunch of experts on, and they all agree that it's almost impossible to win 3 in a row. And it's not a knock on you guys, but the odds are against it. What do you say to that?
You can always bet on the Chiefs, baby.
Todd?
On that same ground up front, you talk in here about this time of year about legacy a lot and keeping working hard and trying to do that. Have you guys verbalized three-peat amongst yourselves as players? You guys talk about it or not?
No, it's really only come up when I got cameras in front of me. I think everybody is pretty motivated to keep the mentality that we had last year. You know, we didn't get to, you know, back-to-back by always talking back-to-back. We got there by trying to figure out what's the best way to get better from last week and yesterday. And I think that mentality is key in something like this. You can't get too far down the road. Obviously, there's a goal set, but there's a bunch of them that are set before that, like trying to win the division, trying to get first place in the AFC. Those kind of things are more obtainable right now than thinking about the three-peat at the end of the year.
Okay, thanks, Travis.
Thank you. Appreciate
Taylor makes a great Pop-Tart and cinnamon roll.
Hello.
All right. Isiah Pacheco.
Isiah, how's your offseason been, and how do you feel being back in Minicamp?
It's been fantastic. Just soaking all the off season in as much as I can. No off season surgeries this year around, so just been finding ways to get better off the field.
It looks like different. You're on the field this year compared to last year when you were rehabbing and everything. What's your weight? And you look a little thinner too. I mean.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm 207, 206 around the area, feeling good. Just mobile. Just ready to do whatever the coach asks me to do.
Isiah, we did notice you were held out of 11-on-11 work just right now. What's your status as far as maybe your right ankle or whatever it might be?
You said I was held out 11-on-11?
Yeah.
When was that?
Oh, I thought we saw that today.
Oh, nah, that's
You're good to go?
that's the wrong Isaiah.
Okay.
I was definitely out there.
You got popped a little bit there, I think, at one point.
Yeah, I got a little cleated in my tattoo I just got, and so it just started bleeding a little bit. But other than that, I was good to go.
We know last offseason you had a couple surgeries that you were recovering from. Just what was that? What was this offseason like? Just recovering from the season in general.
Yes, it was no OTAs. Most importantly, and that's the most important thing in off season is to get better, find ways to get better. For me, it was more so finding ways to get better in the rehab room, not on the field with the guys having fun, throwing the football around. So now I'm out there excited, hearing music, throwing the football around. It gets me going. I just know I'm there and have a lot of guys support.
Isaiah, you talked about being at like, what, 207, something like that right now. What were you the last couple of years?
Around 210, 208 is where I like to play. Came in around 216 out of the combine. That's what was the combine weight. But other than that, when I'm on the field, I like to play around 210, 208, stay a little loose, flexible.
Is that where you played the last 2 seasons?
Yes, sir.
Are you comfortable taking on a bigger workload like you did in the playoffs? Do you think you could do that for a 17-game season?
Yes, whatever coach asks me to do, I'm willing to take on the role, the task, and just be the guy some of the guys look up to a leader.
You've been the energy guy. How do you keep that going into year 3?
Yes, finding ways to get better every day, just bringing that mindset of being unsatisfied into the room. Just know I'm unsatisfied. People always say there's a limit. There's no limit for me, and just finding ways to get better.
Last year at this time, you had like a quarterback jersey on. What do you think a full offseason being able to full contact will do?
That's funny. I was just talking about that today. The red and gold. One of the first to do it as a running back position. It felt special, but I don't want to go back that route. And so, just trying to lock in and just be there for my guys that's in those positions right now, and that's looking forward to get healthier.
As a running back, back behind Patrick, what are you seeing now with all the speed that you're gonna have on the outside?
Yes, just locking in the classroom is most important. Just finding those little details that Pat likes to use to acknowledge the defensive scheme and just to have a better understanding of what the defense will do.
No, what I'm saying, but when you see the 2 wide receivers, you got Hollywood, now you got Word, you know what I'm saying, with all that speed now, that's gonna be on the offensive side. What does that mean for you?
I love it. I can't complain. So, you know what I'm saying? If the Pack get to throw the ball all the way down the field, hey, less running I got to do. So, hey, I'm whatever, it takes to get down there to the end zone.
Isaiah, can you just kind of speak to the competitiveness of camp? It's not contact, but there's a lot of jawing. We've seen, a little back and forth with you and some of the guys during the OTA portions at least. Is that fun for y'all to kind of compete and just do whatever you can without actually physically contacting?
Yes, it's important to have that competitiveness in this type of camp. We're just throwing the ball. We're not running, not that much contact, bodies off the ground. So just getting that little edge on the next guy, finding ways to get better every day. Competing is the most important because you can't have guys on the ground out there. So getting their ear, make them a little bit worried in the next play.
Blair, go ahead.
As you know, teams won 3 straight Super Bowls. You guys talk about that?
Yes, that's the goal. It's not focusing on that more so, but focusing on what's in the moment, what's in the present right now. Let's take care of today and tomorrow, day by day.
Okay, last 4 here. We'll go Neil.
How's your rugby player doing? How you schooling him up? How's he coming along?
Oh, he's doing great. Just in the football is always it's the talent. You got to love the sport, and he loves it. You could tell he's taking coaching, just willing to do anything it takes to get better every day.
Have you learned anything about rugby from him?
Yeah, they don't use pads, and I know that it's going to be hard to bring him down. So, we got equipment on out there, so it will definitely be hard to take him down.
Isaiah, what do you remember most about your postseason run last year? I guess what was your favorite part about playing your best when your best wasn't needed?
I'll say just having the leaders in my corners, not allowing my game to go downhill when there's a mistake. There's a lot of play in the game, just understanding there's 4 quarters in the game, and you're going to have ups and downs. The momentum is going to shift, understanding that whoever comes out on top has the most heart.
Adam?
Isaiah, in the running back room, it's you and Clyde, and then a bunch of guys who are new to the Chiefs. Anybody in that group standing out to you right now?
All of them. We all working hard. It's the mindset of the guys that's coaching is coming with that mentality. Every day, focusing on the details of the task of what's in front of us, and that's what's important today.
Guys use the offseason to, get better, and you talked about that. What'd you use this offseason to get better at? Would you go into this offseason saying, hey, I just need to work on this?
This offseason, I went into offseason focusing on myself more so. My first offseason, get a little bit more comfortable room to relax. It's been the longest seasons of my career, the last 2 seasons, from going to the rookie season to the Super Bowl, then from Super Bowl, now I'm back at it again from surgeries. It was just no break for me. So now it was a little break, and it's just not comfortable with it, but just finding ways to get better during the moments I have on my own.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Batting cleanup tonight for the Royals?
Batting cleanup?
You were
That'd be
after the
nice,
softball
yeah.
game?
I wish that third one would have gone out. I would have had the hat trick there.
Ever since you re-signed Drue, it seems like, you're kind of Mr. Kansas City now. I mean, just what is it like, embracing everything after this past season?
That's exciting to think I'm Mr. Kansas City. No, we just, my family, we just love it here. Our kids love it here. Yeah, we love this place. We're excited to be here for the next 3 years.
As you went through last year, when did it become, it seemed at a certain point it became obvious you wanted to be here past that year. When did that become obvious to you? When did you start to realize, okay, I want to do this in the long term?
Well, I mean, I think going into free agency, 2 years ago now, I mean, when you have a wife and 3 kids, you don't want to move your family around. And so, I was, wanting to be in LA and then obviously come here and fall in love with the people here and the coaching staff and my teammates. So I knew, kind of after training camp, I was like, this is fun. I was, finding my love for the game again. And certainly when you go on to win a Super Bowl and do it at the highest level, you certainly want to be back.
Was there anything, like after being here, and you mentioned you enjoyed it early,
Mm-hmm.
after being here for a full year, that it surprised you that you didn't know that would be maybe different from anywhere you've been before?
I don't know that anything surprised me. I think there's a championship culture here, and that starts at the top with our ownership all the way down to our players, and it's very apparent. You see guys like Travis, who's going into his 12th year, and dude just loves to practice, and that's just uncommon. And I think those uncommon characteristics are everywhere in this organization, and you pick up on those, and it makes you better. And hopefully we can keep that going into this year.
Drew, what makes you say that Travis loves to practice? What do you see from him?
Just his energy. I mean, you'd think he's a little kid out there. Just vocals, body language, in and out of the huddle, running on the field. I hinged, covered him on an over out today. He's saying, man, great job on that coverage. What'd you see? Just little aspects of the game still, strike his curiosity, and he's always looking to become better. And you don't see that when guys are as great as he is and have accomplished as much as he's accomplished. I think there tends to be some complacency that can creep in, but you don't see that with guys like Trav and Pat and Chris and all of our best players. They're constantly looking to ascend and be great.
Were you surprised you saw that first from Travis last year? That sort of curiosity, all those things?
Well, I'd been losing to him and getting beat by him for a few years, and so I wasn't surprised. I think to be great, you have to have that. You look at anybody that's great, certainly they have talent, but it's that constant drive to get better and better that will prevail and keep you at the top.
Drew, we talked to a number of guys on defense, and they've mentioned for a lot of them it's either year 3 or year 4 in the system. Obviously, it's your second.
Yeah.
Just what can you see right now that tells you all that you all are advancing in progress, on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I think our ability just to play off one another, a lot of it's pre-snap communication, that's dialed in, and so we're just advancing in the nuances and the details and being able to do more things within each call. And as you evolve in a defense, you're able to do that and give the quarterback a lot of different looks. And so, evolving our disguise packages and whatnot. But it's great being out there with guys who have been in it for so long. Starts in the middle with Nick and, goes all around our defense.
Drew, did they tell you today that BJ got out of the hospital?
Yeah, we heard he slept in his own bed last night, which was great. And, he seems to just be progressing, which is such a blessing.
So how was that received when they told you
very excited.
On the field, just for you, I mean, now it's going to be you and Nick in the nickel role, pretty much. Just how are you adjusting to learning the playbook from last year? Because I know for some guys it could be a little difficult to pick up.
Yeah, I think last year, obviously, having to be thrust into the Mike position for a large stint of the year, I'd call that probably the most difficult position in our defense. And so, you know, at the will and at the buck, I kind of knew those things, and we're doing those things and kind of cross training. And so it's been nice to be able to focus a little bit more on that. I still have to know Mike, but it's been fun. I've been able to kind of focus on some more technique things and developing my game.
Drue, have you seen anything about the Super Bowl ring, and how excited are you to get that later this week?
I haven't. I heard it's bigger. That's the only thing I've heard. The only thing I've heard.
Couple more?
When it comes to the chemistry of the team, how important is it to have guys like Isiah that are competitive and they're needlers and they're going to talk trash and everything? It's helping to kind of keep the team on edge and trying to keep striving.
Yeah, I mean, the days get long. I mean, especially up at St. Joe and training camp, and we call them the dog days. But when you have guys who love to practice, guys who like to chip back and forth and talk back and forth, it just keeps the energy up, keeps it light, keeps the focus in. And we have so many of those guys on our team, offense, defense, and special teams. It makes it fun for sure.
Drue, I read in Sports Illustrated you were listed as one of the most underappreciated players. What do you think when you hear that?
I'm just trying to get better every day, and I hope to be remembered as a great player and a great teammate. And you know, you just got to come to work each and every day, and that story will be written, you know, when my playing days are done. But there's still a lot of work left to be done, and a lot, you know, left that I want to accomplish.
Just on the Super
Last
Bowl
two.
ring, I know that this is something that's happening this week. You're unique, right, in the sense that you're getting your first one. Just what are you anticipating when it comes to getting to see it for the first time?
I'm looking forward to an awesome date night with my wife out in the great city of Kansas City, and I'm sure when I unbox that ring, it's going to be special. You know, there's going to be a sentimental value attached to that you can't necessarily replicate. And so it's going to be a fun night with teammates, you know, seeing guys that are no longer here anymore and be able to reunite with those guys. It's going to be fun.
Last one, PJ.
Drue, I know you used to have the podcast. Just
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get back to that? And then just what have you done over this past offseason?
Well, I'll address the second part of the question first. You know, we moved, new house. So a lot of moving, a lot of unboxing. Man, I moved 5 times in 5 years. Hopefully we can set our roots a little bit. But man, just done a lot of swimming with the kids, hung out with my wife. You know, just enjoyed family, enjoyed, you know, getting to come to work for OTAs. Yeah, it's been a great off season, and looking forward to the next part.
No podcast coming back?
I forgot the first. I was like, what was the first part of the question? We'll see, man. There's so many great podcasters out there. I had so much fun doing it. We had our 3rd daughter, and I went to that off season. I'm like, man, like we have 3 kids now, and I was like, my bandwidth. You only have so much time, and I had to hang the podcast up. But we'll see. I had a ton of fun doing it, and there's a lot of cool guys to interview in here, so we'll see.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Drue.